Hi everybody, welcome to this talk. Have you ever heard that your diabetes will be reverted either from your doctor or from other patients or your relatives? I'm sure you must have never heard about this. So this talk, I always say that this is not a talk that will give you information. Of course, it will give you information. This is not a talk that will entertain you. That is a side product. But this is a life-changing experience. Lakhs of people have changed their lives by following a simple lifestyle modification that can cause weight loss as well as revert your type 2 diabetes. I don't have to tell you about the problem of diabetes. Crores of people in India as well as in the world are suffering from diabetes. Equal number almost are suffering from pre-diabetes. Important thing is, half of them do not know that they are having diabetes. So diabetes is causing immense problem in the world. Let me start with a story of a very eminent professor. He is a professor of statistics, and he has a rare distinction of being a vice chancellor of 2 reputed universities in Maharashtra and India. And he was suffering from type 2 diabetes since 2002. And if you look at his values of HbA1c, that is glycosylated hemoglobin, from 2015, the record that I have, it was always about 10. And we say that if it is below 7 with treatment, we call diabetes under control. So his diabetes was never under control. And February 2018, we talked, and he started following a simple lifestyle modification. And what happened? In a period of 6 months, 7 months, by November 2018, his HbA1c dropped to 6.5. Till date, this professor is not taking any medicine for diabetes, and his diabetes could be reverted without any medicine. And do you know, he was treated by the best diabetologist available in India. And he was taking 5 medicines for diabetes to control his diabetes. So what could not be done by the best doctor and the best medicines available could be done by a simple lifestyle modification. I'm sure you must be curious to know what is that. But before really I tell you that, let me tell you what is the progress of type 2 diabetes. You may be having that type 2 diabetes, or your relatives may be having, and what is the progress? From tablets, you go to insulin. From insulin, you go to complications. So, is there any exception to this story? Go to any diabetic patient, you find everybody is like that. They start with metformin 500, after 2 years 1000, after 3 years 2000, then they give glimepiride, then pioglitazone, then insulin injections, and then complications of retina, kidney, nerves. Now, why this is happening? You ask any doctor, why this is happening? The simple answer is the patient is not compliant. All patients are not compliant. The real answer is what we are doing to our patients of type 2 diabetes, it is seriously wrong. And why this? The problem comes from what? The problem comes from the textbooks. When we learn in medical colleges, what our textbooks tell us about diabetes? The first statement, diabetes is an incurable disease. Second statement, diabetes is a progressive disorder. Now when we learn, we grow up with this understanding. Any patient of diabetes comes to me, what I know as a doctor, I know I cannot cure him. And what the patient knows, I cannot be cured. There is an agreement between 2 parties that the disease cannot be cured. Now, can you think that people will try for reversal? We are only now interested in controlling the sugar levels, and that is causing all the problems. A lot of pessimism, frustration in the patients as well as doctors. But what is the fact? All guidelines to treat type 2 diabetes tell you that it is the lifestyle modification that should be tried first before you give any medicine. There are research which will tell you that lifestyle modification is better than a medicine, metformin, if you want to prevent type 2 diabetes in pre-diabetics. There are studies published which say that the type 2 diabetics who take only 2 meals in a day, their blood sugars are better controlled than those who take 6 meals in a day. That is the routine advice. And there are also other theories like intermittent fasting, there are theories like low carb, high fat diet, There are people who propagate only you exclude milk from the diet or grains from the diet, and they are claiming that by this you can revert your type 2 diabetes. So there are few questions that the doctors should ask to themselves. First question is, are you happy with what you are doing to the patients of type 2 diabetes? Do you feel there is any scope of improvement? If there is a scope, then only you will think about it. And do you really think that lifestyle modification should be the answer to lifestyle disorders? It cannot be medicines and tablets. And if you agree with this, then only you can look for other things. What is the contemporary advice? It's not that the doctors are not telling you about lifestyle modification. They're telling you. And those who are having diabetes, you followed the advice for 15 years, 20 years, 10 years, that the duration of your diabetes, you followed it. And what they have told you, first thing, exercise, very good. That you walk or do any cardio exercise, any exercise is good for you. But the second advice that they are giving you and which you followed is eat small, frequent meals. And what is the result? Look at your file. If you are a diabetic, what you started with metformin 500 on the first day, and now you are landed into insulin, landed into complications. So definitely there is something wrong with the way the diabetes, type 2 diabetes is treated in this world. And if you agree that, then we have to change our approach. And if you know that the present way of treating type 2 diabetes, there is a problem, and you agree that lifestyle disorder should have a lifestyle solution, then we must change our approach. And for that, we need a lifestyle that will be free of cost, that will not require a doctor or an expert. Because when expert comes, there is an expertise. Expertise comes with a fees. You should not be forced to buy any machine or any nutritional supplement from the market. And most importantly, that lifestyle, whatever you are doing, you should be able to follow throughout your lifetime. If you get such a lifestyle, then that lifestyle only can succeed. So the lifestyle that we are suggesting you is very simple. We are telling you to eat twice when you are really hungry, and that is natural. In between 2 meals, you can take things which do not cause insulin secretion, because all this theory, this modification, lifestyle modification is based on insulin secretion theory. In between 2 meals, you can take black tea, green tea, water, thin homemade buttermilk. That doesn't cause insulin secretion. Avoid sweets and sweet fruits from your diet. You have to increase your proteins in your diet and reduce carbs to some extent. I'm saying some extent. I'm not telling you to stop anything. Do things that you can follow for lifetime. That is the advice. And with this, you have to go for any cardio exercise. It can be walking, cycling, swimming. Do it for 45 minutes at a stretch. That is the simple lifestyle modification we are suggesting. Now, a word of precaution. This lifestyle modification is not for 3 types of people. 1, children below 18 years of age, they do not require this. Pregnant, lactating women should not follow this. And patients with type 1 diabetics, they should not follow this. They are having type 1 diabetes. Because in their body, insulin is not produced, and they are supposed to take insulin injections throughout their life. These 3 categories of people should not follow. Rest others can definitely follow. Now, how this really works? Excess insulin levels, what is called in technical language as hyperinsulinemia, is a dangerous thing, bad for health, and every doctor on earth will agree with that. So one of the ways by which you can reduce your insulin level in the body is by reducing your eating frequency. And this lifestyle modification is helping you in doing that. It increases sensitivity of the cells to insulin. It reduces the insulin resistance, which is indicated by your fasting insulin levels. This lifestyle modification will give you 4 objective improvements. Your weight will reduce, your tummy will go down, your HbA1c or last 3 months average blood glucose will go down, and your fasting insulin will reduce. Now, if these 4 things can happen with any diet plan or any lifestyle modification in the world, no doctor can say it is bad for health. And if it can happen by this simple lifestyle modification, what should be the problem in following it? The research that we did on this, we found that on an average in 6 months, there is average weight loss of 6.8 kg. The range is 3 kg to 45 kg. Pre-diabetics, if they follow this diet plan, means their HbA1c is 5.7 to 6.4. Within 3 to 6 months, they will become non-diabetic. HbA1c will go below 5.6. If you are a diabetic who have not started any treatment, within a period of 6 to 9 months, your diabetes will reverse, your HbA1c will go down. And the World Free of Obesity and Diabetes campaign started. Lakhs of followers in the world. 60,000 people from 37 countries are directly connected with this campaign. There are hundreds of success stories amongst you. You go to any place and ask people, they will give you success stories of weight loss as well as diabetes reversal. This is a free of cost campaign. It is a movement for healthy life. The insight that we got in the campaign, the first thing is we must use HbA1c as a screening criteria for type 2 diabetes. What happens if you do it with fasting and post-meal blood sugars? What happens if you tell somebody to go for sugars tomorrow? The normal tendency that today the person will eat less and he will never eat sweets. So people go undiagnosed. So if you do HbA1c, 30% more people would be diagnosed to have pre-diabetes. And if they are given this lifestyle modification, they will convert to non-diabetic state. Whatever is the HbA1c at the time of diagnosis in a case of a diabetes, assess the end organ damage. Assess whether there is a kidney damage or nerve damage or retina damage. And if there's no damage, give a trial for this diet plan or lifestyle modification for 3 months. Use HbA1c to adjust your doses. Don't only go for fasting and post-meal sugars. That's the worst thing that is happening. And lastly, very important, a diabetic patient should be always ready for hypoglycemia. We always tell that a diabetic patient may not have ornaments in his family, in his house, but he should have a glucometer. He should be able to monitor his glucose all the times. Hypoglycemia is a good news in case of diabetes. If he is following a lifestyle modification as well as medicines, then hypoglycemia is a good sign. It should be used as an opportunity to reduce the earlier dose of diabetes medicine. These are the few insights that we got in the campaign. Now, what do I expect from you? First important thing, you don't have to believe me, believe your own experience. Whatever I am telling you, if you feel there is a science, there is a logic, then from your 100 years of life, I am asking you 3 months of your life. Give me 3 months, give it a trial. Measure all your 4 parameters at the beginning, follow 3 months, again measure. If you get good results, follow it, make it your lifestyle. That is my humble request to all of you. And if you are a doctor, a diabetologist, my humble request to you, take 5 patients each of 2 categories. One, uncontrolled diabetics. You have given them all medicines, still uncontrolled. And other category, newly diagnosed at the age of 35, 40. Don't subject them for medicines. Give them this lifestyle modification. And if, and only if, you get good results, make it a routine in your practice in the interest of humanity. It's not a question who knows more. It's a question what benefits the society. The aim of the campaign is very simple. The aim of the campaign is we want that in the world, at any place, you are diagnosed to have type 2 diabetes, the doctor should tell you that first, follow this lifestyle modification for 3 months, eat twice, and walk 4.5 kilometers. If you do not improve on diabetic front, then only I will give you medicine. That should be the advice by every doctor in the world. That is our aim. And second aim is naturally, we want to get rid of these 2 problems, obesity and diabetes from the world. Let me end with a story. One of our followers, his HbA1c reduced. He went to the doctor, diabetologist. And he said, doctor, my HbA1c has gone down. I'm following this lifestyle modification. When you will stop my medicines? And the doctor told him that you are suffering from diabetes. Till death, you have to take the medicines. And he came to me. I said, when the doctor will say like this, next time ask the doctor, whose death? So, thank you very much.